even back then, that I had PTSD. I didn't know parents could get that from a child. That didn't even make sense to me. So I knew that when he would act up, I would get really triggered, and I didn't know how to calm myself down, and I didn't know how to deal with it, and I would try. I mean, I'm an educated person. I have my master's degree, and you'd think that I would know how to do that, but I've learned that PTSD doesn't care about your intelligence or what you know. It's an emotional reaction, and for me, it shoots right up the center of me into my brain and literally shuts my brain down to where I cannot think how to respond. So even if I want to respond the way that I've been trained to respond, if I get triggered in that PTSD, I can't respond that way. And so what was happening in our family was a behavior would start, obviously due to his own trauma. So he's reacting to something that triggered his trauma, which then triggers me, then I trigger him back, then he triggers, and the whole thing just explodes. And I didn't realize that you can't calm PTSD down in the midst of that situation. Somebody needs to be removed from the home for a long enough time to have some changes made so that the parent can even feel safe in their own home, which I don't know, this is another thing that sounded crazy to me. I had a lot of friends say, he's just a child, how could you possibly feel afraid? And my son was not violent. He was not some of the kids do some pretty violent things. Mine was not like that, but it was very emotionally and psychologically challenging. And now I'm realizing the PTSD was thrown in on top of that. And there's really no way without outside help that I could have made it.